חבל פעם שנייה. עוד פעם.
I need to let him unmute me. That's me. I need him to let me unmute.
Yeah, do it.
Write a message on the.
I did, sure.
Confused. Probably on Persian time. We're starting now. Chavod, with your permission. This Sunday is Pesach Sheni.
Recording in progress.
This Sunday is Pesach Sheni. The Torah tells us a story about Pesach Sheni. The second year after we came out of Egypt, Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, prepare Am Yisrael to do Pesach. And the Zohar says that Hashem had to tell it to Moshe Rabbeinu because Am Yisrael thought they can do Pesach only once in Egypt, and that's the end of it. It's very, very strange to think like this, because Moshe told us in Egypt that every year is going to be Pesach. Nevertheless, they had in mind, no more Pesach. And Hashem had to come and tell us it's going to be Pesach. Tells us the Torah that some people came to Moshe a few days before Pesach and told Moshe Rabbeinu, we were busy with dead people. אנחנו באים לנפש אדם. Gemara has three opinions who are the people. One opinion is the people that took care of the coffin of Yosef. And the other opinion, people that took care of Nadav Avihu. The third opinion, the Gemara says, was Met Mitzvah, and that person died. And that person, somebody died. They took care of him, and therefore they could not participate. It was not enough time to purify themselves. It takes 7 days to purify themselves. And they didn't have enough time. And they come to Moshe and said, why should we lose? We wanted to participate in Pesach, but we couldn't. So, what is your question exactly? Our question is what to do. There's nothing to do. What is your question? The holiday is over, Pesach is over, there's nothing else to do. What can you do? There's no such thing to ask for another date. It's not a weekend holiday. Pesach is a date. It's what Hashem writes in the Torah. On the 15th day of Nisan is Pesach. You missed it, you missed it. What can you do? He didn't do it on purpose, Baruch Hashem. Even though Pesach is a very important holiday. But what's the question? You have no question. Nevertheless, Moshe took it very seriously and he said, I'm going to ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moshe said, you know what? They're right. I'll give them another date. A month later, this coming Sunday, in the afternoon, Bezrat Hashem will slaughter the sheep in Beit HaMikdash.
Amen.
And Sunday night, that's when we have matzah. Pesach Sheni, it's really Monday. It's not Sunday. Sunday they're going to slaughter the animal. But Sunday night they're going to eat it together with the matzah. Not only that, Hashem said, Hashem adds. That's the way the Gemara, the Mishnah said, the halacha is that if someone doesn't do Korban Pesach, it's correct. Hashem Chas Shalom is going to kill him and his children. Why didn't you do Korban Pesach? Says the Gemara, the way the Torah tells us, that Hashem tells Moshe, listen, you go tell them not only people that could not make it because they were Tameh, anyone deliberately did not participate in Korban Pesach, that really deserves a death penalty, Hashem gives him another chance. It's called Pesach Sheni. So Hashem gives him another chance. You don't understand? The man had the ability to come to Beit HaMikdash to do Korban Pesach. He didn't want to do it. Bemezid. So it doesn't matter. Hashem said, you know what? I'll give you another chance. But I'll give you another chance. No such thing, I'll give you another chance. This is the time. The time of essence. You died at Nisan, you didn't do it. Titvav Nisan, you didn't do it. Forget about it. No? Not only that, Hashem comes and said it's something else. How about that you just, a little bit far from Yerushalayim? Derech Rechuka, says the Torah. Derech Rechuka. It says, listen, don't rush. Don't rush. You have another chance. Come second chance is a month later. He says, why Hashem gives him another chance? You're not so far. You're just a little bit far from Yerushalayim. So hurry up. Don't have to hurry up. He says, why? What happened? It's very, very strange that Hashem just is so, all of a sudden, it's so easy with us. And the idea of Pesach Sheni comes to Gemara. This is something that Kadosh Baruch Hu gave us, Am Yisrael, and Hashem said in the Torah, it's exactly like the first Pesach. But Hashem said, the Gemara tells us, Chametz imo b'achilato. You don't have to do Bikat Chametz. Nothing. It says much easier. Why they have to clean the house before Pesach? I'll go out of my house. Comes Pesach Sheni. I'll go back to my house. I'll be there and I have Korban Pesach. I live in Yerushalayim. I have Korban Pesach. I have matzah. I'm done. No B'dikat Chametz. Why not do B'dikat Chametz? How come? I thought it's Pesach. It's one day. Why it's one day? 7 days you should have. No, one day. But what kind of halacha? All the halachot, yes. Don't break a bone. Eat it in the middle of the night, according to one opinion. He did Korban Pesach. He did exactly like the other people. They sweat. They came to Yerushalayim. They slept over there. They couldn't have a place to stay and nothing. Yerushalayim is empty. I came like a king. But anyway, the hotel is empty. Doesn't cost so much money. Put him up us. Why Hashem did it? Very strange. The first person that made Shulchan Aruch for us, that the Maran Rabbi Yosef wrote his explanation, was the two. Rabbi Yaakov ben Asher. Rabbi Yaakov. He wrote Arba Turim, Shulchan Aruch, and then later, Maran Rabbi Yosef made his own Shulchan Aruch that we follow. He wrote a Pirush in the Torah, it's called Baal HaTurim, you find it in the Chumash. And he says, you want to know why it's a month later? Why Hashem decided to do Pesach Sheni a month exactly after the first month? Because, like this year was a leap year. If it would not have been a leap year, Pesach would have been a month before. So in this year, for example, we celebrated Pesach last month. But last month really should be Iyar. Here it is. I said, look, we celebrated Pesach on, according to our calendar, was the 15th day of Nisan. But really, if we would not have made a leap year, this would be Iyar, because Pesach would be a month before, on Purim time. That is the reason that Hashem said a month later. It's hard to understand what it means. He said, listen, I want to tell you something else. Something else happened on this coming Sunday. It's really Monday. The man came down. It means like this, says the Gemara like this. We came out of Egypt and we took the leftover dough. We put it on our shoulders. Eventually, we put it on our head, and the sun baked it. So that piece of dough became a matzah. And from that matzah, we were able to eat for 1 month. It's a very, very strange thing. Talking about millions of Jewish people, millions. All the orphans, from 2.4 million people died in Makat Choshech. All the ladies, people from age 1 day to age of 500. Everybody had dough. Very, very strange that everybody's dough became matzah, and everybody's matzah lasted for exactly 30 days. The day before what we call Pesach Sheni, it wasn't Pesach Sheni, this is just a few months after we came out of Egypt. Came to Moshe Rabbeinu and said, Moshe, he's not going to be dying. Moshe said, what happened? I said, everybody finished the dough. All Am Yisrael, to millions of people, finished the matzah that they had from the dough on the same day. How much dough everybody has? Whoever it had? It wasn't something, that Moshe told us, listen, leave this amount of dough. But everybody had leftover dough, took it along with him, fine. And that dough became matzah. Okay, fine. Some people had more, some people had less. Nevertheless, they all finished in the same day the matzah. I came to Moshe, and Hashem really is not upset this time. Usually when Am Yisrael asks for Makadosh Baruch Hu and complain, Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, why are they complaining? Here Hashem says, Shamatli, it's not Bnei Yisrael. Tell Am Yisrael, tomorrow morning, man. So the man came after we finished the dough that became matzah. He says, we know what day was it? This is the day 30 days after Pesach. When is this? That is Tedvav B'Iyar, the 15th day of Iyar. This is what Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni happened just, a year later. I says, why Pesach Sheni? Because Pesach Sheni means Hashem gives you another chance to do Korban Pesach, and Hashem chose the date a month later because that day the month started. What this has to do, month started with this. So in order to understand it, the Zohar says like this. Zohar says, when Hashem took us out of Egypt, the Shekhinah lasted for 30 days. Didn't move. Even though, if Tirat HaOmer, says the Zohar, Hashem still, the Shekhinah was among us. And in Shamayim is every year like this, that 30 days after Pesach, this coming Monday, the angels upstairs announce, the gates are still open, the Shekhinah is still here, but Hashem extends it for another 7 days. Next week is called Shavua Hod, the week of glory, Shavua Aaron HaKohen. Says the Zohar, the angels in Shamayim decided to come with an announcement, of course with the permission of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the gates are open. So, what does this mean? There are some communities that don't say Tachanun the whole week next week because of that. I says Pesach Sheni is the beginning of a special week. I said, what does it mean? Why the Shekhinah lasted and stayed for 30 days? Why? What happened? We left Egypt. Hashem should have picked up the Shekhinah and go back where he wants. No, Hashem stays with us for extra 30 days. This is the Zohar in one place. Says the Zohar in another place like this. It's Hashem commanded us in Egypt to slaughter a sheep or a goat, to take the blood and smear it on the post. And you must do Brit Milah. Says the Zohar, says the Gemara, ואמר לך בדמי חיי, ואמר לך בדמי חיי, that's the פסוקים we say before ספירת העומר. Hashem told Yechezkel Hanavi, I told him, blood, 2 times blood. One blood refers to the blood of the sheep, one blood refers to the dam of the Brit Milah that we had. We mixed it together. A person had Brit Milah, he was bleeding, took some of the blood, mixed it together, put it one after the other on the post, and that's what saved us. Says the Zohar, and then Hashem told you like this, look, after you did what you did, now you should have a piece of matzah. Together with the Korban Pesach. Says the Zohar, what is matzah all about? What's the kavanah that you have? We still have a chance to correct. If we did not do it on the first Pesach, because this coming Sunday night is the same power. Says the Zohar, I'll tell you what it is. The matzah is called the bread of belief. The bread that you believe. It means like this, as the Zohar, look, we left Egypt, and Hashem loves us very much because we had emunah. What does it mean? Zacharti la chesed ne'orei chavat kolotayich. Rabbi Yirmiyahu says, Hashem said He loves you. You know why? Because when we left Egypt, we didn't ask Moshe Rabbeinu, what are we going to eat now? We're going to the desert. What are we going to give our children? Hashem said, I love you very much. You had emunah. You left Egypt without asking questions. So it's very strange. What do you mean? No one asked Moshe Rabbeinu, what are we going to eat? How can it be such a thing? What's the plan? Moshe, what's the plan? Where are we going? We're going to the desert. We're going to the desert? We can have food over there. Where? There's nothing. There's no casco. What are you going to do? No one asked a question. So you know why nobody asked a question? Because this was a trick from Hashem. Hashem said, after you slaughter the sheep and you do Brit Milah, you have a piece of matzah. Matzah has a tremendous energy inside. When you're going to eat the matzah, matzah will inject inside you belief. This is called the bread, as well said, the bread of emunah is the matzah. Continues the Zohar, and Zohar says, so how does it work exactly, the emunah that you have? Well, what does it mean? What does it mean you have matzah, and the matzah have emunah? Where? How? Why? Why Hashem didn't tell me to eat something else? So I'll tell you what it is. There is a gate in Shamayim of emunah. On the gate outside is written a sentence that Hashem told us about the man. Hineni mamtir lachem lechem min hashamayim. The opening of Parashat Haman, Hashem said, Moshe Rabbeinu, I'm going to bring down bread from Shamayim. So if you go backwards, that's the secret of our life. Hashem told us to make dough in Egypt, to make a matzah in Egypt. He says, this will give you emunah. You know why? Because that matzah that you make now in Egypt is going to get inside energy from something that's going to happen a month later. You see, Pesach Sheni is really Pesach Rishon. Because the first Pesach that we did celebrate in Egypt got the energy from 30 days later. It means 30 days later, after we leave Egypt, all of a sudden, everybody finished his piece of matzah, and when they came to Moshe, said, Moshe, there's no food. Moshe said, no food? What happened? Finished. Hashem made a special event that everybody would finish, millions of people will finish the matzah that was from the dough that was left over, that each one in his house had a piece of matzah, and each one in his house had a leftover dough, and that dough we put on our head, it became a matzah, and lasted for 30 days. How did it last for 30 days exactly? What happened? Everybody had the same miracle, that everybody had twice a day a meal, bit into this piece of matzah, not hungry anymore. I had enough. I'm full. So what do you have? What do you have? piece of matzah, a small piece of matzah. So what is this? What's the secret behind it? The secret of it, the Gemara says that piece of matzah that we ate for 30 days had the taste of the man. I says, why does Hashem make it? Why does Hashem make the taste of the matzah that we took out of Egypt tasted like the man? You know why? Because the matzah that you had in Egypt and the leftover dough that you made in Egypt, this was man. It didn't have a taste of man because Hashem just made it. Because the energy of the matzah that we had last month, the energy comes from this, what's it called, Pesach Sheni. Because this day that's coming, Pesach Sheni, on Sunday night, Monday, this is really the root of Pesach. Because Pesach is Emunah. Pesach Hashem loved us because we have Emunah. And the Emunah we got through the matzah. And that matzah that we ate in Egypt had this energy inside of Emunah because Hashem said, you make matzah, I'll inject into the matzah Emunah from a month before. It's called Pesach Sheni. That's the secret of Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni is not Pesach Sheni. This really, that's what Rabbi Aderet says. If you would not have been a leap year, would be Nisan. So what do you mean? What do you mean? What does it mean? You don't understand. He says the main thing is Pesach Sheni. Because the energy of Pesach Rishon comes Pesach Sheni. That's Hashem made the whole trick. I said, listen, you do Brit Milah, you slaughter the sheep, and then you have a matzah, and then you have a mullah, and then you're not going to ask no questions. You're going to leave with Moshe Rabbeinu, not going to ask him no questions. How did you get this? You got it from 30 days later. That's what the Zohar says. The Zohar says in Shamayim, angels announce. Comes Pesach Sheni, it says the gates of Emunah are open. I said, why? Because the Shekhinah is still here. Hashem extended the Shekhinah to stay with us for 30 days. Why? Because 30 days, this is the time of essence. This is the time of Emunah. And that's why Torah is going to tell you a story. Listen, some people came to Moshe and said, listen, Moshe, we're not going to have Pesach. I said, why do you need Pesach? Why do you need Pesach? We need Pesach because in Pesach we get injection of Emunah. Not because Pesach is the secret of Emunah. Because when you celebrate Pesach, then you get Emunah. Because if you bite into the matzah on Pesach, the matzah has a special energy. And I want to believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem loves us because we trust Him, because we have Emunah in Him. So I didn't have the time to purify myself, and I could not purify myself, and I'm going to miss, you're not going to miss Korban Pesach. I'm going to miss the energy of Korban Pesach that I have to eat together with the matzah. The matzah has the power because it's Korban Pesach comes together with it. Because the blood of the Korban Pesach, and it reminds us what we did in Egypt, just matzah by itself doesn't give you. The whole system gives you. And we came to Moshe and said, Moshe, what are we going to do? What do we do? Moshe said, you know what? Let me tell you a secret. He didn't miss nothing. Even if he did not do the first Pesach on purpose, deliberately he didn't want to come to Beit HaMikdash. Doesn't matter, you don't understand. The main thing is Pesach Sheni. It's better, of course, it's only an emergency. But the secret of it is this is the root of Pesach, it's called Pesach Sheni. And therefore, you don't have to care so much about chametz. You can have chametz in your house. Rav Shach said, Rav Shach said, you can chew on the matzah, and right away you can put some chametz in your mouth also. Or you can have a chametz in your mouth and have the matzah. I said, you have to brush teeth. No, you have chametz in between your teeth. You don't need to. Imo b'achilato. How can it be such a thing? How can I have chametz in my mouth and I have a matzah in my mouth? Even between milk and meat, you're supposed to rinse your mouth. Better to floss. But you don't need to, you don't understand. The energy of Pesach Sheni is so big and so great that you don't have to do nothing. You can have chametz in your house, inside your mouth. A minute before you eat the matzah, a minute after you eat the matzah, means nothing. Because the energy of Emunah is the Pesach Sheni. That's why Hashem told us to do the whole secret in Egypt is to connect ourselves as a Zohar to Pesach Sheni. That's what the Shekhinah is here. And that's what those people came to Moshe Rabbeinu. And really, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when this parasha talks about the Moadim, אני לא מודה, השם תקרא אותם במועדם, השם זה בחודש הראשון, פסח, and then Hashem jumps right away to ספירת עומר, and then שבועות, it says, what happened to פסח שני? It's true, פסח שני occurred later, it's true, occurred later. But אם מוקדם מאוחר בתורה, Hashem said that the Torah is not in order, and Hashem speaks about holidays. So one holiday is missing. The holiday of Pesach Sheni is missing. He said, no, you don't understand. The holiday of Pesach Sheni is Pesach Rishon. The energy of Pesach comes from Pesach Sheni. Comes the Zohar, and the Zohar says, I'll tell you what it is. The zechut of Pesach Sheni is Yosef HaTzadik. This is the zechut of Yosef. Yosef הוא המשביר. לפרנסה, פתח את ידיך, is because Yosef HaTzadik. The whole parnasa of Am Israel is Yosef. Chanina ben Dosa. One person gives the parnasa to all Am Israel. Midato shel Yosef give parnasa to everybody. Gemara says the whole world has parnasa, has one tzaddik, Chanina ben Dosa. The whole world has parnasa, says the Zohar, Yosef HaTzadik. So what do you know about Yosef? What do you know about him? Yosef hu HaMashbir. But Yosef was holy, was pure, had good habits, behaves. I said, what do you know about Yosef? What do you know? He said, the brothers came down to Egypt. He didn't take revenge. He didn't hate them. Didn't keep anything in his heart. I said, Avtacha kamocha. I said, Yosef hu HaMashbir. Comes the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Torah said, look, you're coming out of Egypt, you get to Yam Suf. You get to Yam Suf, one split. Only see the coffin of Yosef. Parnasa from Yosef. Come to Mishnah Berurah, say, look, Parnasa is guaranteed. You say Parashat Haman every day. Haman, Parashat Haman every day. Simple explanation means, you know, the man is, that teaches you to believe in Hashem, because Moshe told us, Hashem told me to tell you that you should not live from one day to the next. Make sure you finish every day, says the Gemara. This is called you trust Hashem. The Gemara asks, a person has what to eat today and he thinks, what I'm going to eat tomorrow? He has no emunah, doesn't believe in Hashem. Therefore, you have to believe. So says the Gemara, says, okay, I believe. Says Mishnah Berurah in the name of the Rishonim, Parashat Haman. What's the secret of Parashat Haman? What's the secret? Parashat Haman means you connect yourself to the first Pesach that connects itself to Parashat Haman. The Parnasa, the Yeshua, all the things, Pesach, we came out of Egypt, we came out of jail, Hashem did everything for us. What's the answer? Everything, the energy, is Pesach Sheni, says the Zohar. Pesach Sheni, Bizchut Yosef HaTzadik. The Parnasa is Yosef. The Atzlacha is Yosef. Everything Yosef HaTzadik. Hashem granted us. And that's what Chachamim tell us. When Hashem told us Pesach Sheni, it's not Pesach Sheni. That's the secret of Parnasa. Says Mishnah, listen, Birkat HaMazon, Moshe Tiken Hazan. When the man came down, Moshe Rabbeinu made the first paragraph in Birkat HaMazon. If you say Birkat HaMazon, say Mishnah Berurah, every day with Kavanah, Shabbat Shacharit, wash for your bread. If you don't have wine or grape juice, have water. This is called Shacharit. Then you say Birkat HaMazon Kavanah. Says the Mishnah Berurah, it's like Shmoneh Esrei. Says dress up, put your hat on, put your jacket on, say Birkat HaMazon, look in the Siddur, don't look outside. Guarantee Parnasa. I said, what is it? What Parnasa? What has to do with Parnasa? Of course, similar explanation means, I said, thank you to Hashem. No. Birkat HaMazon, Moshe Rabbeinu did on the man. And the man, the first day that came down, was on Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni is really shooting back the energy to Pesach Rishon. The Gula, it came out of Egypt, that Hashem loves you so much, because you have Emunah. Says the Gemara, B'zchut ha'emunah nigalim. And says the Gula is going to come because we have trust in Hashem. The main thing is to believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that Hashem said, I'm going to redeem you. I said, how do you get the Emunah? How do you get? This is why you get the Emunah from a piece of matzah. You get the Emunah from Pesach Sheni. You get the Emunah from that gate that says, Inini ma'amtir lachem lechem min hashamayim. Hashem said, I'm going to give you man from Shamayim. Man from Shamayim is Pesach Sheni. Man from Shamayim, says Chacham Baal HaTurim, that is Pesach Rishon really. Pesach Rishon is a Parnasa. The Gemara says, the Mishnah says, Pesach nidunim al Torah. Pesach Hashem decides about the grain. So what happened? Why Hashem decided on grain? Because Pesach we left and we didn't ask How are we going to have food? How are you going to have food? Because he didn't. Hashem said, okay, let me test you if you have a munah. The munah is matzah. It's Pesach Sheni. I think Sunday night. we'll have Bet HaMikdash, munah, B'ezrat Hashem, Mashiach, Ma B'Minah.